Good morning, everybody. We're sitting here looking at the McCormick parts catalog, and I've got a Super C out back, and I wanted to show you what we're going to put on the plows because I've got it marked here. So the set of plows we have are those typical, well, I say they're typical, I don't know. This is what I've seen around this part of the country a lot. Just a single bottom, two-way plow, and they're actually called a C189. So anyway, they were built 48 and 49 according to that, but my machine is a 51. So I'm going to do a little more research. They were all ordered together, so I got to see if I've got something different. But I know all this. My father always called this the finger masher because he didn't know the right name of it, and it's a son of a bitch to put on without pinching your fingers, so especially for one person. But anyway, I'm going to do some more looking here, see if there's another one that was built later. Be back in a minute. So on a little further look in here, they have a C199 plow, which was built 49 to 55. And it's got the same trip levers that what ours has, although I gotta put it on and see what it looks like. It actually looks to me like those handles are on upside down, as I recall. I was thinking that they hung the other way, because it seems to me like they're up above, or pretty close. I mean, you just reach right down there, right there at your hips, which would be around the seat area. So I gotta put mine on and see if this drawing is 100% accurate. It may be a little off, I don't know, but usually these things are pretty accurate. And you can see how the plow points go out there ways. Mine are worn right off flush, but that's all right. We're gonna plow with it anyway because I don't have any new plow points, and I don't believe they're available. But yeah, so anyway, these are the trip handles I'm talking about. We'll see how they lay there. I remember, it's been so long since I've plowed with it. It's been probably close to 30 years. So maybe 35 years. Jeez, it's been a long time. But this little book is just an absolute amazing thing. It's something my father picked up in all of his horse trading. He's not collecting tractors anymore because he's not able to, but he went through about a 5-year period where anything international, he grabbed it. And you know, he had a nice Super H, but he traded it off. He doesn't even remember selling it, but anyway. Yeah, so that's a pretty neat book, nice find. A lot of parts, breakdowns, and everything. And you know, I don't have any cultivators for any of my Farmalls. You don't see that stuff that often up here in Maine. Now the John Deere ones, you know, for a John Deere A or a B, geez, I've got one set on my B, and I got 2 more sets down back. I got 3 sets down back. Yeah, I got 3 sets of cultivators for a John Deere A or B, and I don't have any for a Farmall. But anyway, that's the way it goes, I guess, you know. I was running John Deere's a lot longer. Well, I haven't been running longer. I actually been running the Super C. That was my first tractor I ever drove that was commercially built. An old Model A Hoopy there is the first thing I ever learned to drive on. But we had a Super C also, and you know, my father, as soon as I was, I don't know, 8, 9 years old, he had me raking hay. I could frig up the windrows with the best of them, you know, till I was about 12, 13 and get it figured out. But anyway, yeah, so we're going to go put them on today. And we're also going to get the Super C started. I went and got a front tire for it yesterday. $92 for them babies, all mounted tire and tube. But anyway, that is what it is. I got to grab the dogs, put them out, so we don't have any accidents in the house here. And then we're going to put that tire on. We're going to check on the battery. I bought a brand new battery and put it on charge yesterday. I'm not sure if it's any good. Might not be good. It was on there for 6 to 7 hours yesterday and it was still only showing 50% charge for a brand new battery taking 10 amps. So that tells me it could have a factory defect, maybe have a bad cell in it. We'll see what it says this morning. We'll go down and check it here in a few minutes. Well, we'll see how this thing goes today. Put that dandy on 20 volts. Let's see, positives over here. 6.94 volts. I'd say that's pretty good for a new battery. I've had it on charge overnight, so 10 amp charger, so it ain't too bad. So I think she's good to put in the tractor. We'll take her out. Beautiful. See if the old girl will turn over. Neutral. Whole motor's stiff. Hasn't been run for quite a while. But she should do it. That is a 875 cold cranking amps. That should crank this dandy. So, made in USA, it says. Positive ground. But, like I say, this thing ain't been run for quite a while. See if any old black shit comes out of it. Yeah. Yeah, not too bad looking. As long as it took, I'd say that it probably could use a quart. See if the full max got any. I would say it probably doesn't. But she got enough starter anyway. So, as you can see, still got the generator on it. I know there's a lot of people out there that are, change everything over to 12 volt. I'm not a fan of it. If the thing was 6 volt, it's 6 volt. It's designed for 6 volt. The points work right on 6 volt. I'm not going to say I'm not going to have to shine these points, but, you can run these things back when I used to hay all the time with it. And yeah, that's a gump. I got the right coil in the house, but I didn't get the bracket painted, and I got it painted now, so I should put it on today. But anyway, yeah. So if you change these over to 12 volt and put a resistor in the line, seems like they always have trouble with points. And these things are made to start with a crank. All they have to do is go over top dead center and they'll fire. And they don't need much energy. 6 volts will do it. A lot of times, when it's cold out, you take the hand crank off sitting there under the seat, which it always sits right there, and pull the choke and give it about 2 pulls, push the choke in and get on, and she goes right off. So this is the tractor I grew up with. It has had a motor job done back in 1979. And you're going to say, oh my word, that's, got a lot of hours on it. Well, it probably's got 1,000 hours on it, but it don't have a lot of time on it. And it should run good when we get it going. I haven't tried the gas tank's completely dry, so I haven't tried it yet. But I'm going to put this front tire on. I went and got a new tire yesterday. And that's in the back of the truck over there. So I'll bring you back in a minute. I just happened to think there. You know, I was talking about 6 volt and the points and everything. A lot of guys change them over to 12 volts. And when they do that, they tend to have trouble with the points, because with the resistor, it's still never the same. So they go on, they say, well, we got to put electronic ignition in them. That solves all your problems. Well, you watch the videos on, and I may be wrong, so if I am, you've got to excuse me, but I think it's Farmall Fanatic. I think he's the one. He loves them, puts them in. They're like $100 a pop. And he's like, yeah, the electronic ignition burned out. I got to put another one in. He says, they're only good for about a year. Well, why would you ever put an electronic piece in that wasn't dependable for any more than a year? These set of points in here, I'm sure, have been in there for years. I know the last, we did put a set in about 5 years ago, and I think that was the last time it was run. And the set before that we put in 1979 and did a lot of haying. They go and go and go. I got a set on that John Deere A that's in the building over there. That's our main workhorse in the summer, you know, or it used to be. Now we're getting some of these Farmalls going. I like one as good as the other. You know, I'm kind of partial to that Super C since I grew up on it. But if you come into the tool shed here, tractor shed, you know, this right here is the John Deere A, and that set of points in there, I'll bet you is 20 years old. And when I bought this tractor, as you can see right here, they had drilled a hole like everybody does, and they had used this for the set of points. They had an external coil. They had a car battery strapped up here. They said the coil was no good. I went home, took the wire out of the top, put the rotor button back in, fires right up. It's like nothing wrong with that mag. That same mag's been on there since I bought this in 1992. And that mag has had the same set of points in it since when I bought it. And I just shine them up every year. I'll probably have to shine them up this year, you know? And it's no big deal to take that cover off and shine them. So, you know, a little food for thought if you're thinking about going 12 volt. We'll see how good this one runs here when we get it going. That's enough of a rant. Yeah, I dug a hole. Easiest way to do this. Get my bolt. Okay. Good. Tires not balanced very well, are they? Yeah, let's see. Plug that baby in. Oh yeah. A little wobbly, but she'll be good. Yeah. Guess the next item to see if we got spark, which I'll bring you back in a while. Well, as you can see, I put the original coil back on. I didn't actually get the bracket there painted, but that's all right. But I went in, I did put a little bit of crocus cloth to this set of points. I don't know if you can see with the light in there, they're nice looking points. Anyway, this is the way you want to check them before you put everything all back together. Got to turn the power on. Put the power on the switch, take your screwdriver. I don't know if you can see that spark, but you can hear it. Anyway, points are working fine, so we'll put it together and work on the gas now, because the gas tank is empty and I don't know if the carburetor is going to have trouble. I'll bring you back in a bit. Well, this right here is the failure I had. One lug of this fuel bowl nut, the stem broke, which it should be clamped onto the piece of steel like this one. And I don't have another one. I got all kinds of these big ones. These big ones, they're on every tractor out there. Super C took a small one, smaller diameter, a lot shorter. The wire diameter is a lot smaller, as you can see. So anyway, what I'm going to try to do is try to put, I'm not sure if this actual stem, I think it's the same thread. I can take them off here and find out. Although that looks like it might be swedged in there. I'm not sure. We're going to loosen some stuff up here and see what I got to work with, and we'll put something back together. Well, I think we're lucky here. The threads are identical on these. They're basically the same length. So I'm going to take a screwdriver, drive in through here, spread that apart, put it on this small bale, and then I only have the matter of cleaning this mud out of the bottom of this one. And I'll be back to you here. I'm not going to show that, but I'll get it done. I'll show you the aftermath. Well, you can see I got it pretty clean here. Better set it down before I drop it, you know. Sit there bragging about how clean you got something, you end up breaking it. But anyway, this is how I clean them. These red abrasive pads, you know, everybody's got them in the shop. The green won't work, but the red with some acetone on it, all that old white stain will come right off. Makes them just like brand new. So anyway, I've got this all put together and works nice and free. That nut there, I guess I'll keep it, you know, for a spare, but usually that ain't what you need. But anyway, I got to make a gasket for this and we'll go on outside. Yeah, let's see if she's going to hold fuel. I would say it will, because it doesn't want to run much fuel. I guess she's not going to be airlocked. We'll see here. Almost makes me nervous there when it is filling without cracking the bowl loose, but we'll see what it does. If it leaks, we'll have to shut it off and go to plan B. Well, now the critical moment here. Whether it comes down over the glass or not. Yeesh, I think we might have got it. Wow, first try. That's pretty good. So now, since the fuel's all the way on and we got no fuel leaks up here, I'll walk around here. Well, I don't see none here at the carburetor. I guess the next best thing to do is I'll pull the choke and give it about 2 pulls on the hand start here. And so it is in neutral. I just checked for about the 3rd time. Yeah, turns over good. Pull the choke. Give it about 3 pulls. It's a little stiff. Choke in, switch off. See what happens. Nothing. That should have gone. So we know we got spack. I did shut the fuel or the switch off, yeah. So I would say that my float stock probably closed, and I'm gonna have to take this off. One more little detail. I'll take this off and meet you in the shop. Well, I frigged up. I went in there with a carburetor, took it apart. There was nothing wrong with it that I could see. And I forgot to hit the damn record button. So it's back on. We'll see if it'll run. Fuel, I believe, is on. I better check just to double check, yeah. And the fuel is on full. We'll see what happens. Now we must have an ignition problem here. That should have gone. So we're going to go to the other side here. I've got to go find my special socket that I've got turned down so I can take a plug out. It'll take a lot. Well, it's been a long, hard-fought battle. The anvil on the points there, the stationary side, was actually loose, and I didn't realize it. So that was my bad, because I was the one who put the points in last, but we'll see here if she'll go now. Don't appear to have any fuel leaks. And even though it's got a little paint overspray, yeah, a damn shadow in the way, but it is charging. So yeah, pretty happy with that. Yeah, we'll go and take it, put it on a cement block or two, and take her off here in a little bit. I sprayed down all the bolts. See if that'll help it a little bit. And I'll be back in a minute. Well, we got her running. She's running good. But when I'm driving it around, there's something electrical in here that shuts it down. And I'm not sure where the problem is. I've never rewired it. So I might have to get in there and mess around a little bit. Take the battery out and see what's going on. It could be a bad switch. I don't know. But I had a little trouble with it earlier. But I got straight water in it, and it's supposed to go down to 28 tonight, so we are gonna make sure this thing don't freeze up, because gotta go this way. Kind of a funny story on these. I don't know why, everything we've ever ran on the farm over in Naples, we always ran antifreeze in. And my father would not run antifreeze in this tractor. Don't know why, but oh, there we go. Let her have a little air there, she'll drain. And I guess that cap's pretty tight. There we go. Yeah, he always told me, he says, oh, he says, you know, he says, you run antifreeze in that old tractor, he said, it'll ruin the head gasket. I don't know where he ever got that from. Everybody around the country's got antifreeze in them. That old M's got antifreeze in it. I bet these things here both got antifreeze in it. You know, but I've never put antifreeze in it, because radiator leaks around the top. And maybe that's why he never did. There's probably more to it than the head gasket. That's what he always told me. So my father told me a lot of shit that weren't true though. So anyway, yeah, so that old girl will drain now. Take this stuff up to the house. We'll call it a day. Tomorrow, I'm going to take that mower off right there. That's why it's back there. And there's that set of, I think they were C199 plows. And right and left, there's the lift. So anyway, it's all here. I got to dig it out tomorrow. Anyway, that's all it's going to be for today on this video. I was planning on getting all that stuff done. And Chris there, my nephew, showed up, you know. The one there that's got the little Takahouchi. And, well, anyway, they had a manure spreader they showed up with, looking for a spring. And of course, I looked in there where the spring went. I said, well, that piece is broke right in two. Well, anyway, 2.5, 3 hours worth of fabrication later, you know, they were happy and I was behind. But that's okay, you know. You got to take care of friends and relatives and all that bullshit, so it is what it is. Anyway, so yeah, I got to pick up my welding leads tonight, pick up that little pile of debris. Little update on this. So I got my stuff balanced with springs now. I got one here and one over here, and that's, you know, it's pretty, but you know, that balances so that it won't engage. And I got to get another pipe, but, and this one here goes on here, forward and reverse, and it balances in the middle. So yeah, so I got both of them are balanced. So that's coming along pretty good. Anyway, I'm gonna let you go. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to hit the like button and don't hesitate to subscribe. Yeah, everything's going good here on the farm. Busy, but everything's going good. Talk to you later.